Hello fellow creatives, this is Munye Scripts. This is Munye Scripts from Munye Scripts Lifestyle and Gary Films Production. Today we are basically going to be looking at how to create a totally simple artwork with the use of an image, then shapes in Illustrator, then we put it in Premiere Pro and put it on our music, and basically finally we do what? We export it out. Okay, let me use After Effects. Then from After Effects, after putting that artwork, I release that instrumental or those two instrumentals that are basically to be released on YouTube. I'm going to be releasing them on YouTube, but I'm just going to use After Effects and Illustrator. Okay, so let's start. According to the artwork, most platforms only allow artworks that are basically 300 by 300 or 500 by 500. Is it? No. 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels or 5000 by 5000 pixels. Okay, so now when we are basically designing, what we do, we press create. Always have the vision of what you want to create within your head. Okay, so after that we come, this is not what I want, this is going to be for After Effects, but for me, what I would want to design now, I go for the 5000 pixels by 5000 pixels, and the resolution has to be not this for print, it is basically the resolution for screen. Then we say okay. So this is our workspace. So when we visit the image that we want to play around with, I go to my hard drive, then I get, so I'm going to just choose one of these photos of mine. Let me get them a little bit larger. So I'm just going to put one of these pictures. Let me use this one. So if I bring this picture, then I place it here. So basically this is the picture I would want to use on my album. So I press embed and scale it a little bit. So I would want first of all to have almost all of this picture from the bottom to the top, but it is basically leaving out space, and this is not Photoshop that we are basically going to be playing around with fading with this with lusters, because the photo is basically luster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it, copy and Ctrl+Shift+V. I paste it again in the same place. So I get this upper one, scale it to complete all of that screen. Then I get off what I would want to have. I have this. Then right click, arrange, then send to the back. Then besides that I get my, so I believe maybe I would have used the Photoshop to get something that is at least better than in Illustrator, because I'm basically playing around with the luster. So I would clear clipboard, I would go for Photoshop. Photoshop would be better. So let Photoshop launch, then we continue from there. And this is Photoshop 2019? we shall happen to see when it opens up, that I'm basically using. So what I'm going to do is, you can do it even in any Photoshop, whether you are using Photoshop CS6, CS6, or Photoshop CC 2018, 19, 15. So it is a matter of you being creative and thinking of what you are going to be basically creating before you start off. Okay, so if we come to our Photoshop and send new, so the software may limit your creativity, because remember, we were playing around with the raster image. Okay, yet we want to create, yes, we were playing with a raster image or an image, because an image is basically raster. So we were playing with an image, yet we are in a vector program. Illustrator is a vector program. I explained that in my playlist, that is learning how to design. Okay, learning Illustrator from scratch, learning Photoshop from scratch. I explained all of that. Or else I'm going to be creating a lessons that are basically will be for buying, that will go totally into detail, whereby it is like you're in a designing school, so you get everything from scratch. Okay, but besides that, let me put that, then come here, put that also, then come to this resolution, I make it a 72. Okay, because we are designing something for screen, not for printing. Okay, so this is it. Then after that, now we go and get our picture, then we bring it. Okay, so there are different methods of bringing in. Most of the times you make sure that this is clicked and it goes off. There are different methods of importing a photo. So the other time we imported it that way, then we can also do this, open with, you see. But for this one, it opens up in another window. Then we go and get this move tool. Okay, then first double click. In this version of Photoshop you single click, but in most versions you double click that padlock, or Ctrl Z, you just move your pointer here. It is an arrow now, but when you move it here, it brings a palm pointing on this. Then you drag it and put it in the dustbin, so it disappears. Then you go back here, while in the move tool you get this and move it here, then you drag. When I click Ctrl T, you look at these layers in Photoshop. Photoshop works with layers. Now I move it where I want it, Ctrl minus to scale it down, then I scale it, holding, holding Shift Alt to scale it uniformly. But it does not respond like the one in Illustrator. So after that, I come back, get the upper layer, the uppermost layer. So I get this uppermost layer that isn't scaled. So this one is scaled, but it was scaled in a funny way. So maybe I would try to do this. Ctrl T. I think that is the appearance, maybe with my screen. So are you seeing that? So I would want to have this be the front one. Are you seeing that is the front one? This is the back one. So I want to apply bra on the back one. So I first select it, then I go to filters, then bra, and I apply MUCIAN bra like that. So I bra the one in the what? In the background. Okay. Then after that I come and on this upper one I apply a mask, add mask layer. So then after that I get a brush tool. Okay, make sure that I remove caps to view the circle. So I increase this circle a little bit, maybe to 1,000, like that, so it is a little bit bigger. Then from there, so it is not rubbing because it is white on top, so I click this arrow here to get black on top. Are you seeing? So I try to go on slowly as I do this. So this, for this one to cross fade into like that. So if I want to undo, now I put this back to white. So I want this part to remain. Maybe if I go back to the photo, I apply some Ctrl N, some curves. Like that. So are you seeing what I'm having? So now it is like done. That is my artwork that I would want to have on the song. Okay, so now besides that artwork, I would want to have it in what? Some text on it. Okay, so I put, take me slow, maybe some text. So if I click in the text and type here, let's go slow. Let's go slow. So this is how I want to call this album. So let me put that here. I go back to my bra link, then get this, get my brush. I want to put it on a brally background. So after doing that, let me try to go to effects. Maybe let me try to select this. So I'm keeping it totally simple. So if I select that with text, if I go back to the text tool, select these and try to play around with the different fonts and see if I can get what is better than this. No, let me put it back. Area. Because I have no fonts supporting, that is why I would prefer Arial, because at least I can play around with it. If that is it, then I go and Control T. So when it is like scaling uniformly, so when I click to select, then I press Control, holding Shift. Wait. This may deform it a little bit. So it also calls for the version you are basically using, because yes, I click Shift. I first click on this point whereby it ends, then I click and hold on it, then I hold Shift as I move it behind, so as to reduce. Now I'm clicking the arrows to move it in the sides. Then after that, what if I change this to white? Change it to white and see. Okay, then from there, after changing it to white, I double click on it in the layers section. Then you make sure that you are selecting what you want to choose. Okay, multiply, opacity 0. So I want to put some shadow on it. Distance, spread, size, if that is the word. I'm trying to play around with opacity, so now at least people can see it from a distance. So I'm like trying my level best to keep the artwork totally simple, easy for anyone to do, and looking a little bit fancy. Okay, so as simple as that, I've come up with my artwork. Okay, so that is it basically. So now I've like completed my artwork. Then now I can post it, or I can export it out for export. So can I save it as a PNG? Is it giving me that option? Yes. So I save it as a PNG, or even besides saving that as a PNG. Let me save it as an image. So I take it to the folder where this music is. Maybe where these photos are for easy keeping. Let's go slow. Artwork. So I save it as an image. So I want to full quality. So then I save one that is basically for social media. I save it as FB/4 post. So as that. So when I'm saving it, I save it as something a little bit there, medium. Okay, now after that I have to save this project as PSD because I may want to advance it a little bit before I post it somewhere, or I may have future need of re-editing it. Okay. So then I click OK. So it is now saving. Oof, it has saved. So that is how simple I was. I had to do it. Then besides that, you can also go back here by double clicking. When you happen to go back, you may put some outer glow on it. Besides that, overlay, it has a gradient, inner stroke, inner shadow. Let us try the shadow. I mean the stroke. Okay, so which color would we want to give it? Maybe that one. So if we increase the size, inside, outside, so we want it outside. Are you seeing that? So we can decide to give it that, then we say OK. Then when we go back here to text and select our text, we want this text to be a little bit spaced. It is a little bit squeezed. Ctrl T. Then after pressing Ctrl T, we want to give the text some spacing. Each letter, it isn't this. Each letter to have a little bit of space from the other. Let us see. No. Oh, what is it called? What is it called? Yes, it is this one. So we get this. Let me first give them space, then I squeeze them. Let's go slow, like that. after giving them space, Ctrl T, then hold Shift and bring them a little bit down. So let's go slow, like that, as simple as that. So anyone, however far is, however, like someone can read it. So we can go back to our shadow and double click on it, so we get to our shadow, and we increase some distance, then that is the angle. Yes, like that. So I think it is okay now. That is my desire. To me, I can stop there. At least you've tried to understand the basics of it all. So I just used mask and some effect of stroke and shadow, and now that is it, as simple as that. So then after, I go back, re-export it. First of all, save as that. So in case of any need to amplify it or re-edit it, because there is track 1, track 2, album artwork. So then after that, I go back here and save as JPEG. I save it again as no, I'm saving somewhere else. I remember where I saved was I, then entered inside. Was it I? It was a certain hard drive here. Where the music was. Yes, here. Then I entered here. Then saved. Replace it. Then again, go for a save. Now I'm going to be changing this to the names I used in the first place. Then a JPEG. So I use post. Remember, with the post I have to keep it a little bit low. That is it. Then I save as JPEG again, but now I increase its size. Yes, so I finish it. So I also save it as a PNG. Save as, then PNG. Oh, I forgot one thing. Most of the times distribution agencies do not allow using photos that have logos on them, so we have to cover up this. So if I get this patch tool and click this, no, Control D, I get this, and I have to first make sure that I'm selecting that photo in my layers like that. So after making sure that I'm in that photo, I go to my this. Why isn't it accepting? Because it has a what? So I'm going to first merge this. Right click, merge layers. So I make them one. So now it is one. Okay. So now I cannot go back to re-edit. Okay. So it is like there were two photos, now it is basically one photo. So after that, I can now go here and I want to remove this logo. It's not giving me. So now I go to this one stamp. So I alt click here. First of all, I would want to increase the size, make it a little bit hard. Copy here and like paste there. So it is a little bit too rough. So if you are using another software that is not up to this one, what you have to make sure that you at least you use, when you are using this, you make sure that you use to undo more than one time. You control Z while holding Alt or Shift depending on which one you are basically using. So after that, I like cover this. Okay. So then I go to my patch tool and get these ones off. Are you seeing? So basically the logo now is off. After removing that logo now, because remember, as I told you, distribution platforms do not allow logos on the images basically you are uploading. So there is no any logo, the shirt is okay. So now after that, I'm just going to redo the other exporting that I had done. So first of all, I save it as that. That is the PSD, is the first step. Then the second one, save as, let me first save a PNG, like that, replace it. Then from there, I get this, I go back to my JPEG. Remember the first one we have, that is for posting, has to be small, like 5 there, because maybe we want to post it on certain websites that totally only accept totally small stuff. And we go back to JPEG there, then we upload that, replace it, but we want this to full high quality. So that is it. So we go back and our project is saved. So that is the end of the day. So you people, please remember to contact me. Both these numbers are on WhatsApp, so use these numbers to contact me and we discuss business. If at all you have anything you would want me to like design for you, if you want to learn graphics, if you have a function and you want me to shoot it, or if you want to understand how to copyright your music, how to like start earning from your music, doing stock footage, so that is my first number that you can use to contact me. Okay, and it is on WhatsApp. Then there is also this other number that is also on WhatsApp. And it is basically me in the photo. So use these two numbers to contact me in case of anything that you would want to understand, maybe in graphics, anything to do with the creative work, and all the details are in the description of this video. And remember, we are going to be having a show that is a travel show, like as we go on teaching different creative people on how to design, how to cap up their costs in the art industry, how to behave, how to like release their music, movies after creation. Besides that, we are going to also be teaching them hands-on skills that may help them grow and become better designers and better people. So endeavor to see that you join us and you support us through our PayPal account that is basically below this video. We shall be glad. Or you can, for any inquiries, contact me via those numbers that I have listed up. So we would want to move with you. We would want you to join us in terms of financial support, equipment, because we also need laptops to like have a way of sharing with these colleagues of ours to see that Africa grows, Uganda grows, creative people grow and become better people. It is not only we as the creative that gain, but also you people who are outside there. You gain website owners where this content is uploaded. You people who are stressed, you also gain because you get laughter, you get educated, you understand. So all that is contained within the creative world. So endeavor to see that you support us, because if these people cannot gain from creating content, they don't know how to upload it, they don't know how to earn from that content, it means basically there won't be any laughter after some time from that person who used to entertain you, because there is call of responsibility, there is call of duty. So if you are doing something whereby you don't earn anything from that something, you can't like make it as something like your main job. You get that? So endeavor to see that you support us, educate them, you support us, show them how to earn from their content, how to release it to you people, how to like brand it, and all of that stuff. We shall be glad if you inquire, if you support us, if you drop a comment, if you like. Thank you for watching. I'm Munye Scripts from Munye Scripts Lifestyle and Gary Films Production. I'm a musician, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a videographer, I'm a content creator. So endeavor to see that we get in touch and get to discuss matters that grow us, grow me, grow you. So each one teach one. Thanks for watching, and thanks for having subscribed to my channel.